अभी हाँ, ये ठीक है। थोड़ा सा। Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you very much for joining this session. I am Dr. Shahid and I am Associate Professor of Community Medicine. Only 198 people have joined us, so we will just wait 1 to 2 minutes to start the next slide. So today, basically, we are Ji, Assalamu alaikum. Again, I'm Dr. Shahid, and 240 people have joined, so we will start. Last time मैंने discuss किया था some terminologies about community medicine and public health कि ये subject हम क्यों पढ़ते हैं, इस subjects को पढ़ने से हमें की importance क्या है. So today we built on that information and knowledge. I will discuss some of the aspects regarding different terminologies. हम जब कम्युनिटी मेडिसिन पढ़ते हैं तो बहुत सारी टर्मिनोलॉजीज हमें मिलती हैं, जिसमें हाइजीन है, प्रिवेंटिव मेडिसिन है, सोशल मेडिसिन है, पब्लिक हेल्थ है. अब ये इनमें आपस में हाउ कैन वी डिफरेंशिएट बिटवीन दीज टर्मिनोलॉजीज, तो हम आज ये डिस्कस करेंगे. फिर सम ऑफ द aspects about some of उसके बाद हम ये देखेंगे कि what is the approach of community medicine and how this approach is different from clinical medicine. हम लोग दो डिफरेंट ब्रांचेस जरूर हैं, लेकिन हम इन कोलैबोरेशन काम करते हैं। और उसके बाद लास्टली सम ऑफ द हिस्टोरिकल पर्सपेक्टिव्स हम डिस्कस करेंगे कि हाउ मेडिसिन एंड पर्टिकुलरली पब्लिक हेल्थ एंड कम्युनिटी मेडिसिन दे डेवलप ओवर द पीरियड ऑफ टाइम। और आपको थोड़ी सी इंटरेस्टिंग सी कुछ फैक्ट्स, हिस्टोरिकल फैक्ट्स होंगे that just give you some background information about this subject. And next lecture, we will be we will start epidemiology in definitions and different lectures. So I would request to just ask your question in our Twitter page or Facebook page. और आज का लेक्चर जो है वो जब आप सुन लें और अपनी वीडियोस जो हैं और उसको जो है वो ऑफ रखें और उसके बाद सिर्फ लिसनिंग करेंगे। दिस इज़ अ न्यू वे ऑफ कम्युनिकेटिंग और हमारे पास कुछ टेक्निकल इश्यूज हैं जिसकी वजह से हम ये कर रहे हैं। और हम लोग आज ये भी डिस्कस करेंगे कि एक WHO या वर्ल्ड हेल्थ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन जो है उसका एक मॉडल है जिसको हम 7 स्टार या 5 स्टार मॉडल्स कहते हैं कि एक डॉक्टर जो 7 स्टार डॉक्टर किसको हम कहते हैं। तो अभी हम इसके नेक्स्ट चलते हैं। तो नेक्स्ट the first term which I would like to introduce, that is called hygiene. अब बहुत सारे लोग इस वर्ड को सुनते हैं कि जी हाइजीन इंप्रूव करनी चाहिए, लोगों की हाइजीन अच्छी नहीं है। सो दैट वेयर दिस वर्ड केम फ्रॉम। ग्रीक माइथोलॉजी में एक गॉडेस है, इसको गॉडेस ऑफ हेल्थ कहते हैं, इसको हम हाइजिया कहते हैं। सॉरी अबाउट दैट टाइपो इन हेल्थ, HEAL जो है वो मिसिंग है, इसमें टाइपिंग में मिस्टेक था। तो ये गॉडेस ऑफ हाइजिया है। ग्रीक मैथोलॉजी में ये एक गॉडेस है दैट इज प्रोटेक्टिंग द हेल्थ ऑफ द पीपल। सो बेसिकली हाइजीन इज अ साइंस ऑफ हेल्थ, साइंस ऑफ इम्प्रूविंग हेल्थ। और इसमें बहुत सारे फैक्टर्स हैं जो हेल्थफुल लिविंग के लिए आपको अडॉप्ट करने पड़ते हैं। इसमें पर्सनल हाइजीन है, वॉशिंग योर हैंड्स, उसके बाद टेकिंग बाथ्स, फूड हाइजीन, सैनिटेशन, और अगर आप वर्क प्लेस पे हैं तो इंडस्ट्रियल हाइजीन। ये बहुत सारी टर्मिनोलॉजीज जो हैं जब आप पढ़ेंगे तो आपको जहन में ये होना चाहिए कि व्हेन एवर यू से हाइजीन दैट मीन्स क्लैनिनेस, हेल्थफुल लिविंग। और एनवायरमेंटल हाइजीन का मतलब है कि वेस्ट डिस्पोजल है, इसमें सैनिटेशन है। और इफ यू टॉक अबाउट सोशल हाइजीन, दैट मीन्स we are talking about how to protect yourself from sexually transmitted diseases. So this is how this hygiene works. और ये हाइजीन क्योंकि उस वक्त बहुत सारा डिजीज से मुतल्लिक इंफॉर्मेशन नहीं थी, तो लोग यही कहते थे कि अगर हम इफ वी प्रैक्टिस हाइजीनिक बिहेवियर्स तो हम वी कैन प्रोटेक्ट अवरसेल्फ फ्रॉम द डिजीजेस। तो हमें जो है ये शुरू के जो डेज हैं, जो ग्रीक एरिया में लोग जो है ये प्रैक्टिस किया करते थे। उसके बाद इन लेटर 19th सेंचुरी जब इंडस्ट्रियल रेवोल्यूशन आया तो उस वक्त बहुत सारे लोग अपने रूरल एरिया दे जस्ट शिफ्टेड फ्रॉम रूरल एरियाज टू अर्बन एरियाज अपने काम के लिए वहाँ। तो बहुत सारे स्लम्स जो हैं लंदन जैसे एरियाज में, पेरिस में ये डेवलप हो गए। तो वहाँ पे बिकॉज ऑफ द ह्यूमन कंसंट्रेशन देयर आर लॉट ऑफ फिल्थ इन द स्ट्रीट्स, और लोगों को एक अवेयरनेस आनी शुरू हुई जिसको हमने एक वर्ड जो है वो बहुत ज़्यादा बोला जाता है, दैट्स कॉल्ड सैनिटरी अवेकनिंग मूवमेंट। तो सैनिटरी अवेकनिंग का मतलब ये है कि वहाँ पे लोगों में एक अंडरस्टैंडिंग डेवलप हुई दैट वी शुड कंट्रोल द डिजीजेस and we should improve the sanitation in order to improve our health. So that's because of this sanitary awakening movement in London, public health is really developed in that time. And the terminology of public health was given by Winslow, and that is the public health is a science and art of preventing disease, prolonging health, promoting health and efficiency but that can be done with organized community effort. So in this way, we can control communicable diseases, we can improve sanitation, and it is done by motivating people and also giving health education to the people. So this way, this public health term is used. So public health term is today is also being used by many universities, and we are conducting a master's program in public health, and that's the bachelor program in public health as well. So that's why this public health, and there is a like main theme between all these terminology: hygiene, preventive medicine, community medicine, and public health. There is only a small bit of differences in between them, and that there are three major themes which are usually practiced in these all these areas of disciplines of community medicine. That we'd like to identify factors which can affect the health and disease in the population. Second is, how can we prevent disease? How can we make such programs and give comprehensive health services so that the health status of the community is improved? And thirdly, we evaluate our programs. So there are three themes you will see that they are common. ये तीन तीन जो themes हैं ये common होंगी तमाम fields के अंदर. If you talk about preventive medicine, public health, community medicine, basically they are all the same disciplines, but small bit of differences in that. और ये over the period of time ये develop हुई. So next is preventive medicine, because that concept came into being that we are not only dealing with the diseased people, we should prevent the disease before the disease can occur in a population or in a person. So that theme of preventive medicine arrived. जिसमें vaccination शामिल है, इसमें आप seat belts बांधते हैं, आपको कहा जाता है कि helmets बांधें, तो they are all preventive measures. और इस तरह की जो branch है जिसके अंदर ये सारी promote की जाती हैं, इनको हम preventive medicine कहते हैं. Whenever you hear the word preventive medicine, that means we are dealing with healthy population. और healthy population जो है वो उसको हम कोई intervention करें ताकि हम disease को होने से बचाएं. 1900 century, late 1900 centuries और 20th centuries में एक और concept आया that health is not just because that your body is just a machine, or machine is some defect occur in that machine and we have to fix that defect. ये concept जो है उसको हम biomedical concept कहते हैं कि जी disease और या microorganism ही responsible होते हैं disease cause करने में. लेकिन एक नया concept आया कि this human being is not just a machine. It's not the anatomy and physiology of that machine we have to deal with. There are certain factors surrounding that human being. और वो है social factors हैं. Poverty है, hunger है, environment है, उसका workplace environment है, उसकी political policies हैं जो हम उस country में करते हैं. These all factors, they affect the health and disease status of the population. So इसमें एक नए सब branches specialization आ गई social medicine में. Social anatomy, जिस तरह हम anatomy body की पढ़ते हैं तो ये social anatomy. फिर social physiology, social pathology and social therapy. ये just like कि जी अगर हम किसी society का structure देखते हैं कि उसमें कौन से age group के लोग हैं, older हैं, younger ज़्यादा हैं, high income group है, low income group है, how that society works, that's a physiology. और इस society में कौन से main issues हैं जिसकी वजह से health जो है उस population की वो affect होती है. So that's a social pathology. And what intervention, what programs which we can make for that population. So that's called social therapy. कि हम intervention करें, socially हम जो है housing improve करें, लोगों की sanitation improve करें, तो हम लोग और political policy ऐसी बनाएं, इसको हम करके तो लोगों की health improve कर सकते हैं. It's just a table giving a comparison between human physiology and a social physiology. Just for example, जिस तरह हम respiration system पढ़ते हैं, तो अगर हम social physiology की बात करते हैं, we are dealing with एयर, वेंटिलेशन, हाउसिंग। अगर हम डाइजेशन की बात करते हैं तो हम यहाँ पे न्यूट्रिशन, फूड अवेलेबिलिटी की बात करेंगे। अगर हम एक्सक्रीशन की बात करते हैं इन ह्यूमन मशीन फिजियोलॉजी, हम यहाँ पे डिस्पोजेबल वेस्ट की बात करेंगे, सीवेज की बात करेंगे। If we are talking about reproduction, then so this is the example that just like a human body is a machine, and we are studying about that machine, the structure, function, and the pathology. Just like that, we study the population, like the structure of the society, the what are the disease burden of the disease in that society, and how that burden can be reduced. And we also study the customs, habits, and culture and tradition as well. So now this community medicine, and this is the repeat slide which I discussed in the last lecture. So this community medicine developed from that concept of hygiene, preventive medicine, and public health. So this community medicine is just like a newcomer. So new branch of medicine which deals with the community and their health status and how can we improve. So just like that, which I mentioned, that we deal with the prevention of the disease, promotion of the disease, rehabilitative services to the community, and that can be done through a comprehensive healthcare system. And mind you, that in community medicine, we deal with the community. So individual patients are important, but that community is the prime importance in our discipline. So there are three things which do. We do community diagnosis. That means we identify the health issues of that community, that population. And then based on that evaluation of that community diagnosis, we prescribe certain health programs, just like an immunization program, sanitation programs, and just like in today in COVID era, we implementing some vaccination programs as well as the health education, health promotion, wearing masks, and other matters related to this COVID. So we are promoting these things, and that are done in the form of some health programs. And then in the third stage, we will deal how these programs are effective, how how to what extent these programs have improved the health status of that community. So just remember three things. We in community medicine, we do community diagnosis, just like the clinical diagnosis of that patient. We do, we make some comprehensive health programs, just like the doctor prescribes some medicines or some therapy for the patient. And third, we evaluate our program just like the doctor evaluate his patient, that what is the like efficiency and effectiveness of that treatment which has been prescribed to that patient. So whenever you deal, when you study the community medicine, your mind should be in that frame of set of mind that we are dealing with the population. So these are the different disciplines of the community medicine and public health we will deal, and every chapter and these modules are will be taught during that year. So this is the epidemiology module. I will deal with that, and next lecture I will start from epidemiology, and inshallah we will cover that module within 10 lectures. So this is a comparison between the community medicine practice and the clinical practice. And this, by the way, I have already elaborated in my last lecture. So basic differences is that in community medicine, we deal with population. In clinical medicine, we deal with the individual patient. We diagnose by survey, data collection, analysis, epidemiological studies. Whereas in clinical diagnosis, the patient history is taken, clinical examination, and the laboratory investigations, they are done to diagnose. Then we go to the community. Instead of the patient come to the doctor, we go to the community and do the field visits to look for sick and healthy people. And then based on that, we make certain programs, the prevention and control programs. And in comparison, the doctor prescribe medication and other therapies. And at the end, we see that we evaluate our programs. how effective we are in preventing the disease and promoting health. Whereas the doctor, which he or she run some tests or clinical examination to evaluate the prognosis of that patient. So this is how these practices, this is the just uh, depiction of in pictures that how a community medicine the deal with the population and how that doctor like deal with the patient and or some like other people with some health problems. Now comes to a doctor. WHO has give a concept that a doctor should have certain competencies to deal with this population or deal with the patients. So a five-star doctor term, sometimes in Viva, the examiner usually asks who is the five-star doctor and what are the competencies of the five-star doctor. So doctor, a five-star doctor, he should be the care provider. So he give a comprehensive preventive, promotive, and rehabilitative services to the patient and their community. And he should be a good communicator. So he should communicate the health messages, and he not only prescribe medicine, he also should communicate with the patient effectively and just tell that patient or a population in that sense that what's wrong with you and like what complications have come to you and how that complication and health issue can be resolved. Then he should be a good manager. He could be a good decision maker, how resources, the health resources can be used effectively and efficiently because resources are always very scarce. There are few money and funds available for health. And if you just, in comparison to other sectors, education require also fund, the defense also require funds. For health, so only 22% or 3% of the health budget, or in Pakistan is only 1.5% of the funds in GDP we are using on health. So when that few resources are available, we should learn how to use those resources in good way and in efficient way. And that doctor should have a leadership qualities as well. So he should give vision and lead his community to improve the health status of that community. And one minute. Okay. So in the last 1 minute, there are two other competencies has been added that a doctor should be a good researcher and a lifelong learner. So thank you very much. That was all about the community medicine. Next time we will start epidemiology and inshallah see you next in the next lecture. Assalamu alaikum.